Hey everybody, Gina Mizell here alongside Danny Moran, and we are going to give some predictions for Oregon State's game against number 22 Colorado on Saturday afternoon. Day game at Reese Stadium. Yeah. Yes, that's the first good part about this game, but obviously UCLA has been kind of a tough team to figure out all season. They've been fighting off some injuries. They of course have true freshman quarterback Josh Rosen, who's garnered a lot of outside pub this whole season. How do you see this game shaking out after Oregon State came off of arguably their most impressive performance of the season?
Yeah, they've seemed like they're finally getting better week to week, even though the loss, the point spread against Utah was 15. That's a game that people were picking them to lose by more than 50, and they came out, were effective offensively and limited a lot of things that Utah could do with their own offense. So, and given that UCLA is tough to kind of determine week to week, like you said, I think it could potentially be closer for a lot of the game. I think ultimately UCLA wins 35-17. The reason I think that is, Josh Rosen can throw the ball downfield a little bit more effectively than Travis Wilson of Utah, who was able to do that in limited chances last time. Oregon State secondary, even though they may get Larry Scott back at corner, still a bit banged up. And I think stopping the deep ball has been something they've struggled with this year. And even though UCLA's run defense is maybe the worst in the Pac-12 given all their injuries, with no Seth Collins, I don't know how effective the running game will be to carry Oregon State over to a win.
That's going to be really interesting to see how this offense comes out. Gary Anderson has talked about needing to find an identity over the last month of the season with Nick Mitchell at quarterback, at least for the immediate future. And he went through this whole week now knowing that he was going to be the starter. Of course, Seth Collins' injury happened on Thursday last week, and so the team was kind of scrambling to get their game plan together. So it's been a struggle at times, but they've been able to move the ball between the 20s fairly well with Nick Mitchell, but haven't been able to score. And so it's just hard for me to pick Oregon State to win. Number one, because I haven't won a Pac-12 game yet, and number two, because they just haven't been consistent enough getting the ball into the end zone. So I will go UCLA to win 31-20. I like what Oregon State's defense has been doing on the last 2.5 games or so, but I just don't know if the offense has enough yet to keep up the score.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I mean, I think, and Paul Perkins is a guy who, when we saw him go down against Cal initially, which was 2 weeks ago, I thought maybe that's, Oregon State's chance, because that would be too devastating an injury for them and a freshman quarterback to overcome, but he obviously looked pretty good against Colorado last week. I think the combination of Rosen and Perkins.
Jordan Payton, too, at receiver.
Jordan Payton, yeah, I mean, they've got some deep threats, in Duarte as far as, receiving options. So, no, I expect Oregon State to continue to play well, but I just don't think that translates to a victory quite yet.
Well, we will see how it all plays out on Saturday. I will say before the season, this was my upset special, perhaps, pick. So we'll see if that comes through. But for now, I'm still picking the Bruins to win a game closer than the experts think, but still by double digits. So again, until then, all of our pregame coverage is on OregonLive.com and in the Oregonian every day. And again, the Beavers take on the Bruins on Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. at Reese Stadium. So for Danny Moran, I'm Gina Mizell. We will catch you then.